Hey guys, episode 11 of my week in review. This is where I go over everything I did over the last couple of weeks in the hobby and I share it with you guys. So to begin with, we had a couple of friends over, Dee and Rebecca, come visit us for lunch on the Sunday. We decided to play a couple of games with them. Dee, obviously you've seen him regularly on some of my videos and he plays regularly with me, but his other half is just a fledgling gamer. So we played a couple of games that were more theme orientated to begin with. So we started with CV from Granier Games, and I liked CV especially in that sort of environment because it's just a really simple, easy mechanical game, but it has an interesting little theme onto it, and the artwork is very comical, so it works really well, and it did as well. Rebecca really liked it, so much so that she has ordered her own copy. So that's a win for me. After that, we played Dee's copy of Favor the Pharaoh from Bezier Games. Not played this before, but I've heard of it, seen it, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I really like this sort of game in terms of like an engine builder, where you start off with a small pool, and then as you go through the turns, you're gaining more and more stuff to increase your pool, and then try and go for the max climax thing. And this game has also a large replayability with all the different types of tiles and stuff. I mean, yes, essentially you're still doing the same thing, but it's good. I like it. It's quick, it's fast. I mean, I think that game we played in 15 minutes, which is not normal for that type of game, but yeah, it was really good. After that, we played 504 from Friedman Freeze. Just excuse me, I got a really sore cough at the moment, so my voice is not 100%. But going back to 504, 504 is to me is one of the most interesting games at the moment because I love the idea of exploring through the different games. I've only played 2 or 3 games of it so far, but it's just the interesting dynamic of every time you play, it's going to be a slightly different variation of what you played before. And the games are really simple and easy to get into. They're actually quite quick to play as well. Both Carla and I really enjoy it, and even Dee, who's played the other games with me. The only downside I have to 504 so far is that, man, it's difficult to set up. I'm never 100% confident that I've got the game set up properly. You got all the... If you're playing, like, for example, the one we played, I can't remember the map number, but we were playing exploration and things like that. And I was just sitting there racking my brain for a few minutes, making sure that I had actually set up the game properly, and I've explained to them what they need to do properly. Because obviously if you could mess it up quite easily. So I think with a few more games I'd probably get over that, but at the moment I'm still struggling with, have I set this up properly? Have I got everything that needs to be in the game with me at the moment? But nonetheless, I still enjoyed it. It was a really fun game, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing again. On the Wednesday, normally I go to my Risk Legacy group on the Wednesday evening, but on the Wednesday during the day, I had a few friends that were off, so I invited them around and we played a couple of games. So Dee arrived first. We pulled out Mr. Jack. Haven't played this in a while, but I do enjoy it. Me and Dee are the mostly regularly players of this, and he was. If you don't know, it's basically a deduction game where one person is trying to deduce which one is Mr. Jack, and the other one's trying to escape with him before he gets caught. But just as a random thing that we did, I chose, before the game started, I went, yep, this yellow guy right here, he's Mr. Jack. Dee obviously knew who it was. And he was, no, it's not him, don't worry, you're going to have to find it out. And we went through the game, got around towards the end, there was just 2 characters left that I knew for sure was going to be, one of them was going to be Mr. Jack. And it was the yellow guy, well, I can't remember his name here, and the green woman, Miss Sneaky or something. And I got to that point where I was like, it's a 50-50 guess, but my gut is telling me it cannot be the yellow one. How could I possibly guess the right one from the get-go? So I went against my gut, and I chose the green one, and I was wrong. It was the yellow one all along. And Dee was very, very amused. But that was a really good, fun, interesting game, and I enjoyed the way we played that. And then we played Favor of the Pharaoh again with the other 2 guys, Molo and Ash. We actually recorded this, and you can check it up on our channel. And again, I enjoyed the game a lot. I still haven't won a game of this yet. Oh no, I did. I won the first game. But It was really good. A lot of different dice this time, loads of different combinations, and the other guys enjoyed it as well. After that, we played Castles of Mad King Ludwig, and this is also from Bezier Games. And I really like Castles. It's an unusual book because you would think Suburbia is their top seller, if you like, and everyone loves Suburbia. But I'm not a fan. I don't know what it is. It doesn't gel with me. It's just, I don't know. I can't put my finger on why I dislike it. I just didn't enjoy it a couple of times I played it. But this one I do enjoy, and I think it's mainly due to the master builder phase. I think that one basic mechanic, which is the master builder chooses where the rooms go, and then they will then be bought, and he will gain the money from it. But the decision you make there is basically the whole game. I mean, after that, you then buy your tiles and you put them into your castle and you gain your points and you gain your abilities and things. And that's all really cool. I really enjoy that. But definitely that phase of the Master Builder phase is what I really enjoy the most about that game. And then, of course, the crazy theme as well. So I really enjoy that. So we played those 3 games. We recorded 2 of them. We recorded The Favor of the Pharaoh and Castles Mad King Ludwig. The other guys had to go home for dinner and that sort of thing. But then I left with Dave. We went down to the Risk Legacy group. We were really close to the end of this game. We had only 4 games left, and we played 2 more games that night. Game 12 and Game 13. I won Game 12. I gotta admit, I can't remember a lot about what happened in that game now. But I suspect what happened was a lot of the other guys smashed into each other, and I got lucky and then claimed victory. I think I completed an objective, which is what one of these pictures is going to show. I completed an objective for the Die Mechanica. Then Game 13 went a similar route, I think. But I was really close to winning. But Gary, he managed to get a huge amount of reinforcers in one turn, and then just strolled through, eliminating me and Dave and Kelty, I think. He eliminated 3 players on the same turn. He could have, if he really wanted to, try and eliminate a 4th. But that gave him his second win. What's interesting now, there's only 2 games left. But there's 3 people on 3 wins and 2 people on 2 wins. So everyone is still in with a shout. But game 14 is going to be the pivotal game. Because whoever wins that game is basically going to either eliminate... If one of the guys who won 3 wins are going to win, then he eliminates the 2 guys that are on 2 wins. So then it'll be down to basically either him winning the campaign or him drawing with someone else. So that'll be interesting. So game 14 is going to be highly contested. Unfortunately, it won't be played for a while, as a lot of the guys have gone on holiday to various places. So that's going to be a while before we get back to that. But then the following weekend, that weekend that came up was International Tabletop Day. It was a great event. Loads of games played with a load of good friends. And I think I'll do a separate video for that. I'll do a little convention report, even though it's not really a convention, that you can check out afterwards. So I'll skip through that now, and then I'll just go into the games I played the following week. I didn't play many games during the week, so I had another big commission to do. But when it came down to the weekend, Martin, Alan, and Dee came over, and we played a few games. First of all, we played Age of War, which was Alan's game. It's just a little simple dice roller game that Reiner Knizia designed. I think it's by Fantasy Flight. It was alright. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. There's so many dice rolling games at the moment. And there's so many cool ones that give you a lot, like, for example, The Favor of the Pharaoh, which I mentioned earlier. Where there's a lot of mitigation and a lot of... This one is a lot more luck-based. You just roll the dice and then see what you can get and then go from there. But still, it was really quick and fun. Not too bad. After that, me and Dee played Seven Wonders Duel. I got a copy of this. And the other guys had to go out to grab some dinner. So me and him played the 2-player of this. It's only a 2-player game. And it was my first game. I think he's second or third. And I really enjoyed it. It's really good. I really like civilization building games. This one's obviously a lot more simpler. But it has a lot of decision making. It was really interesting. And I won by war. Which is, for the other guys, which would say that was pretty typical. But I wasn't originally going down the war route. But that's the way it ended up. And I enjoyed it. I think it was really, really good. I'm really looking forward to playing this again. I'm really looking forward to playing this with Carla as well. Because I think she'll enjoy it. Although she won't go down the war route. After that, when we had dinner, we then went for a bigger game to do the rest of the night with, which was Clash of Cultures. We filmed this, and we'll put this up. I'll put this up at some point during the week. But this was a big one. We played with the Civilizations expansion. I haven't played Clash of Cultures for a while. I played a 2-player game with Martin a while back, but I haven't played it since then for a while. But I really enjoy it. This is my type of game. There's dudes on a map, technology, those sort of things. So I really enjoy this game. I hope you guys enjoy the video, because it was a lot going on, and I had to try and squeeze all that into a video. I also played Warhammer 40k with my friend John. We did a campaign recently with a couple of other my friends, and I wanted to do like a Civil War thing, because obviously with the Captain America Civil War movie out, and me and John were allies in that campaign, and now we're rowing with each other. It was just a little thematic fun game that we played, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really fantastic game. So I've done that as well, and I put that up. I'll put that up on my Battle Knights channel. The following day on the Sunday, we had a couple of games with my kid, Alex. We played WWE Superstar Showdown. Played a couple of games of that, where Alex won and then I won. And then we played a game called Zuwabu. Zuwabu is just a little family-friendly game where you're basically trying to fit animals into a raft, and you got to basically bid against each other to see who can do it faster. And I just managed to win that against Alex. And then later on, Carla and Nathan joined us for a couple of games as well. We played Creature College, which is a new game from... I've actually forgotten the name now. But it's a new game. I was struggling with the rules a bit, actually, in this one. It's a really simple game, but for some strange reason, the rules weren't 100% clear to me. But we played through the game, and it was okay. It was a fun little game for a family sort of event. Then the three of us played Heroes Wanted. Now, Heroes Wanted is one of my favorite games. I just like the idea of it, and the different scenarios and the different combinations it came with, especially in this particular game, because Alex was playing his B part of his superhero. It's where you combine two superheroes together to form your character, and his B part was a ever-changing one. So every turn he rested, or every time he rested, he would get a new dude to have. So it was quite funny watching all the combinations come up. I won this quite easily, as I like to brag about that. But that was a good fun game. And that is the massive collection of games I've played over the last couple of weeks. If I had to choose a game of the week, there's so many good games. I mean, I played Clash of Cultures, which is one of my favorite games, especially the genre. The 40k game I played with John was excellent. The Rest Legacy is really heating up now. Mad King Ludwig and the Favor of the Pharaoh. So there was always really, really, really good games. But I suppose, in terms of what I think was my most entertaining game of the week, I'd probably go with Clash of Cultures. It was a nice, epic game. Really, really enjoyed it. There was a lot going on. So that would be my game of the week. So those are all the games I've done. Now we can go on to my painting side of things. What did I do painting-wise? Well, I've been painting quite a lot of figures. I've been really knuckling down on the painting side. I got out an entire base set of Imperial Assault plus expansions over the last week or so. This one's more or less the same as what I've done before with all the other Imperial Assault sets, except the customers might say, they don't want this like banding around or whatever the case may be. Like, for example, in this one, they didn't want colors on the shoulder pads or anything like that, which is fine. I don't have any problems with that. The more specifics they give me, the easier it is for me to go about my business. But yeah, you can see some of the pictures of Imperial Assault. We've got all the base set figures, and then a couple of expansions: Han, Chewie, R2, and C3PO. I think, is that? Yeah. I've done a few other things as well, but they're not all complete, so they'll probably go onto my next Painting Nights page. So that's pretty much I've done all for painting. Coming down to my thought of the week. I actually, after recording this, I've got a competition running on my channel in conjunction with the CCG, Board Game and Social, and District 31, which is two small other companies that'll be at the Birmingham Expo. And they've very kindly donated a couple of games to put up for the competition. So the competition has a copy of Champions of Midgard, a copy of Ember the Magic Card Game, and a gift voucher or commission voucher to my painting service. So if you're interested in entering the competition, on my channel there's a video where you can watch the video and I explain some of the rules. But also there's a link underneath it, and then also on my Painting Nights Facebook page, there's another link to the competition there. So all you have to do literally is follow the links to take you to the various pages of the channels and of the businesses, and like and subscribe those bits, and you get entered. And it's simple as that. In about 2 or 3 weeks from now, I'll put the dates down obviously underneath. Some lucky fella or lady will win a couple of games, or one of those games, as it's 3 different prizes. But I encourage you to go check it out and have a look. Enter the competition, share it with your friends, and thanks for watching, or in this case, thanks for listening. I'll speak to you guys soon.